Right, it's finished at Meadowbank. Dorking Wanderers 1, Maidstone 1. Incredibly frustrating evening. Mark, how are you?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I mean, I thought Maidstone thoroughly deserved the point. I don't think it would have been undeserved that they'd have won, to be honest. Um, yeah, credit to George and his team. I told the lads at half time the exact formation he's going to go to. I called it spot on. Told them what to do. I think tonight, what we found tonight for the first time was that sort of lack of depth where we are at the moment. Two first-half substitutions we didn't want to make. Scenes of last year, really, Milson and Niall. Forced us into two early changes. We've had to put a striker, a centre mid, which didn't work out. Theo's not had a good game at all. To be honest with you, combination really of Maidstone with an excellent shaped second half. The only shape you can play against our formation with 10 men. They worked really hard. They deserved every single inch of the point. But we just had quite a few players that I thought were poor. Bowerman, poor. Williams, poor. Jack Young wanted too much of the ball. You know, I said to Jack, like, he's been great, but it's a team game. You know, the name of the game is to just transition the ball to wingers, put the ball in the box, not keep asking for the ball. And I thought, realistically, it was that midfield area where we had no shape, no balance. They were quiet. And these are new boys in the building that don't quite know how we play. And realistically, you know, I think Niles popped his calf. We had a warning on Saturday about that. So that's pretty much every single midfielder injured now.
Yeah.
George Franken was sick. He was our sort of backup plan tonight in there. Look, I think we've got a 22-man squad, and no disrespect to anybody, but, you know, the back end of that squad was on that pitch at the end, and it showed. And I thought Maidstone were really excellent and deserved the point. And I appreciate their travelling fans coming all the way here on a Tuesday night.
Energy levels in comparison in the second half would appear that Maidstone almost at times looked like they were the side with 11 men, didn't they, against us having 10?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you're not having a good spell, when you've got players having a bad game, Briggs has lost the ball way too much, ridiculous. Seb lost the ball way too much. These boys have got to improve, you know, with the time, effort and money that we're putting into the club. It's no good being passengers when you come on the field. But, I mean, the team that's on at the end, Briggs nowhere near fit, Williams nowhere near fit, Alexander playing out of position. I mean, the list goes on, to be fair. Bobby Joe's barely kicked the ball. So we were very dishevelled as a team, and it showed. And for as bad as we were second half, Maidstone were good, and they were organised. And you've got to credit them for that sometimes. That's just how it is. But I could not have told our boys more if I'd tried what they needed to do at half-time. I said he's going to go 3-4-2. He's going to press the game. We were quiet because we weren't playing well. Energy levels go when your things aren't going your way. Sometimes the energy goes with it. I thought credit goes to Jimmy. I thought Jimmy's had another good game.
Yeah.
Jimmy's really ill, and I thought Jimmy had a great game. But we were struggling to make changes because there's so many boys that weren't either fit or weren't having a good game. It was difficult to choose how on earth what we could do. I don't think we had a shot second half. The only good spell of the game was the first 20 minutes. Thought Maidstone then crept back into the game. We get given the old joker in terms of them getting a red card. Should only be one winner against 10 men down here. But the boys were poor. I was disappointed in midfield with Young and Jack and Theo. Obviously, I credit them when they do really well, but they was abysmal. Didn't understand what we was trying to do on the ball. That's it really. So a point gained and 2 points lost. Bigger concern going into Saturday and Tuesday, really, to be honest. Massively got no players. Myself, Jonathan and the team will have a chat about some of these boys that are nowhere near fit enough to play. Pointless them being here. total waste of time. And we saw that tonight with a few of them. And we saw the limitations we've got. But, you know, you've got a raft of players not out there. That is where we are at the moment. So we'll have to patch up and go again. There's a long, long way to go in this league. But at the moment, we wouldn't have a side that can play football that would be good enough to compete to win the league. We need to get boys back and we need to get boys fit.
Moving on to Saturday then, obviously Chelmsford away and another away game, and then followed up by another Tuesday game. Just while we're standing here now, what are your sort of main thoughts in regards to the squad around that then? Just trying to patch people up or doing what we can to get a side out to compete in those two games?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think we've got to be thankful we've picked up points when we have, because we've picked up quite a few points. We're probably in the top 3-4 form in the league. We've picked up points, and those points like Farnborough really matter. And we knew it at the time because we know that we haven't got a big side and we know that we are going to struggle. But there's a lot of games coming up. Yeah. Brooklyn will be back. Brennan then, unbelievably, he's got 5 bookings. He's only played 25 minutes and he's got 5 bookings. So he misses the Tuesday. Niall injured. So, yeah, it's going to be quite challenging for us. So we'll probably have to change formation, to be quite honest. And we'll have to have a look at that on Thursday and see how we get on. But, you know, I definitely think we didn't have the legs second half, and I definitely think Maidstone massively deserved the point. All the credit goes to them, and not George for keep moaning about me being out of my technical area.
Okay, so we move on to Saturday then, and obviously Chelmsford not hundreds and hundreds of miles away. Most of those big long away games have gone now, so urge as many supporters to get on that coach and get down to Essex and support the side again on Saturday. Yeah,
I think we need to do the ground zero at nothing between now and then, because the boys we've got, you know, obviously when you've got limited people playing, they're doing more work than you want, so you get that double hit. So, yeah, look, appreciate the support to go to Chelmsford. We'll never be far away from winning a game of football, I think we know that. But we have to be disappointed. Very, very poor second half. Very rare poor second half as well. But we literally did not have the tools to win that game on the pitch. That's the bottom line. So we need to say what we see. Credit to George and Maidstone and the fans for getting a very good point, very well deserved.
Well, maybe at the end of the season that'll be a really, well, you know, like a point gained ultimately, because perhaps in previous years we might have succumbed as well. So we'll take that point tonight and move on to Saturday at Chelmsford.
That's exactly it, mate. Exactly that. So, yeah, appreciate the fans that came out.
Thanks, Mark, and have a good few days and see you on Saturday.
Cheers, mate.